All right, friends, we're back with a new video, bro. It's on a good friend, Jason the Blaha, strength and fitness dude, the gym lifting, recruiting, fitness gear slave himself, bro. We're gonna do a reaction video to Jason Blaha. So Jason Blaha says longevity under the barbell, lifting heavy over age 40. Yeah, okay.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I'm going to chat with you guys and gals a little bit about lifting heavy over 40 and still being pain-free.
Listen to what he says, man. Lifting heavy over 40, being pain-free. That doesn't make any sense. So obviously lifting heavy causes pain? I mean, are you adapted to these exercises? Are you getting any benefits? Are you getting any adaptations? No, you're not. Listen to me. You're not gonna get any physical fucking adaptations, right? Lifting heavy weight concentrically. I'm not joking, man. There isn't any benefits there. You could keep coming in the gym and convince yourself. You can convince yourself. You could tell yourself that in your brain. Say, hey, I'm getting benefits because I'm lifting concentrically a very heavy weight. Okay. But I'm telling you right now that all the benefits are in the eccentric form, and science will corroborate everything that I say. I could blow this guy out of the water with science. Everything that he's doing is the opposite. This actually wears you out and ages you. Lifting heavy concentrically wears your joints out. It ages the shit out of you, because look at Blaha. He's already looking 87 at 47. So just a bunch of things, man. It's bad for you. It just ages the shit out of you. It's not regenerative. It doesn't increase satellite cell pool. It doesn't increase muscle fibers. It doesn't fucking do very much. It doesn't reverse DNA damage if you're adapted. It doesn't clean up the DNA shit. Need I go on? There's just so many things, bro. Look, I don't want to keep going on about it, but there are no benefits in lifting a heavy weight. Here's benefits about eccentric exercise. I bring it up really quick. When it comes to bone, because I know he's going to talk about bone density, because I saw part of this video. So this is one thing about eccentric exercise. We know that, in eccentric exercise, it's the lengthening, the stretching part, right? Okay. So listen to what they say here, because right here, it's eccentric strengthening. It's from this web page stuff, whatever, NCBI stuff, whatever. Scientific shit. So high stretch forces are created during what? ESE, exercise induced, whatever. Eccentric exercise. So during eccentric exercise, high forces are created. These high force stretches are created, which can exert significant mechanical loading on the skeletal system. Yes, because you can put a lot of load on there, thereby providing an anabolic bone stimulus. This is corroborated by the fact that ESE increases BMC and BMD in young 18 to 21-year-old adults. Here's the thing. If you're a young person, man, you really want to do a lot of eccentric exercise while you're young to increase your bone density, because it causes micro tears in the bone, and it causes it to become much more bigger and stronger, and that'll carry you all the way into your adult life. But if you stick to concentric lifting, you will miss out on a lot of things: building more muscle, having more fibers, building better bone density, a bunch of things. Like I said, if you stick too much to concentric exercise, eccentric is much more superior when it comes to these things than concentric. Concentric is just based on performance. You're performing slave. Anyway, here's another thing about eccentric exercise. I don't know if this one? Here's another one. There's an observation here. These observations support the hypothesis that the immune response becomes more efficient to promote the regeneration of muscle tissue after an initial bout of eccentric exercises. That's how powerful it is. Notably, through enhancements in inflammatory cell infiltration into the muscle and myoblast proliferation. Yeah, they take this is from NCBI. They took this section out from there. No, what was I gonna say here? The AI regenerates its own stuff too. Overview. Yes, eccentric exercise can help regenerate muscle to cause microscopic tears in the muscle fibers that are then repaired and rebuilt. That includes bone. This process can lead to stronger muscles. This process can also lead to stronger bones. That's another thing as well that you don't know. Yeah. There's a whole section here. Like I said, eccentric is much more superior when it comes to lifting than concentric. What this guy is always promoting is stupid powerlifting. Bodybuilding is not powerlifting. That's why he hasn't built any muscle. He's just pretend bodybuilding.
Again, this is a big part of what I do. I'm all about longevity under the barbell. So,
Yeah, that's what that old man says. That channel, it's called I Am Longevity. I am all about I Am Longevity, yeah. But he looks like he's 90 years old. He's 60, he looks 90. All right, 95 years old. And Blaha, 47, he looks like 87.
some stuff you guys will watch me doing in this video. I'm doing this stuff at age 48. I'm 48 years old. You'll see me do, actually this is one of my back down sets first, like a 500 box squat. You'll see me do triples with 315 pause on the bench. I've done rep work with 275 on the incline. 585 deadlift is done here. That's not a true all-out max. I like to do like back off rep.
Yeah, so what? This is useless. He's adapted to these exercises. They're useless. He never got any adaptations. You could tell just by looking at his body. His body has zero adaptations. The only thing his body adapted to, or his nervous system, he got his nervous system to adapt to lifting these heavy weights like a slave. Yeah.
And stuff with 500. I sometimes do like doubles or triples with 550 on the deadlift. So these are pretty normal lifts. Like this
isn't going to regenerate you to live longer. Here's the thing: eccentric exercises are associated with longevity, but not concentric. Why? Because you can increase the amount of muscle cells that you have. You understand me? By activating the satellite cell through eccentric exercise. Well, because there's a thing called the Hayflick number. A cell can only divide so many times. It can divide so many times. So you want more cells. If you want more cells, so you can continue living longer and plus younger, and you can reverse. You can literally reverse old muscle, turn it into new muscle. You want to shoot for eccentric exercise. That's what does it. That's why a lot of people in the gym, they just fail because they're comfortable slaves. Lifting is not really meant to be comfortable, but people want to make it comfortable. See what I mean? So what do? They do these concentric exercises. They're comfortable. They're performing slaves now. They come in, they perform. In the back of their mind, they think they're getting something out of lifting, but in fact, they're doing it the opposite. They're not getting any benefits out of it, really. If anything, they're just wearing themselves out and aging their faces.
For me, stuff I do on a week-to-week basis. This is not one-off stuff. This is literally what my...
Again, I'm not trying to scare people. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, lifting. I'm just telling you the facts, okay? The differences between concentric and eccentric lifting, all right? If you want, go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. Go perform in the gym. But bodybuilding is not about performance. If you want to go perform and lift a heavy weight, right? Because there's a lot of assholes out there that do that. They go and then they claim this is bodybuilding, all right? Then they try to claim that these are real muscles they build doing concentric exercises, which is fake because science already corroborates bulk diets and concentric exercise is associated with sarcoplasmic training, fluff and pump training. The eccentric exercise is not associated with that because it causes microscopic injuries to your muscle fibers, which concentric does not do because it's the shortening. If it's shortening, it doesn't cause microscopic injuries. It's the lengthening that causes it. So it's kind of obvious which one is more superior to the other. See what I mean? One gives you something, the other one doesn't give you shit. I know you got stronger, right? Your nervous system got stronger. So your nervous system got stronger, but your body never got stronger. It stayed small and weak because you don't do any eccentric exercise. But here's the thing with eccentric exercise: not only does your body get bigger and stronger, but so does your nervous system in eccentric exercise too. See, so you get all of the benefits. But if you just do one without the others, you got nothing. You just have a strong nervous system. That's about it. But you have a weak body like Blaha, a skinny, weak body that looks like it's suffering from sarcopenia.
Training looks like right now. This is stuff I just do every week. I do some heavy singles, some heavy triples. But keeping in mind, most of my work is bodybuilding work.
Yeah, he does some heavy singles, triples.
It's mostly hypertrophy. And I mean, so the point I want to make...
No, his exercises are not hypertrophy. They're not hypertrophy. He says it's mostly hypertrophy. Show me where, because I don't see it's mostly hypertrophy. You mean sarcoplasmic hypertrophy? Yeah, he's eating carbohydrates and blowing up his muscles, pumping them. You're talking about sarcoplasmic, okay? Yeah, he throws around this word hypertrophy like it's it's everything. I'm getting everything doing this exercise, which gives me nothing. Okay.
Some of this how do we move big weights like this? How do we stay strong like this? And not...
It's really easy. You want to know how to throw big weights around and stay strong like that when you're old? Eccentric exercise, eccentric overload exercise. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Not be hurt, not have our joints hurt, not have our body hurt. And in my case, I'm going to say a lot of it has to do with things
I got to tell you right now, the first thing I did in the summertime, I took the time out to eat a lot of meat so I can fix my nerve problem, because it was kind of obvious. That's what's going to fix you. Eating a lot of meat, which is a high nutrient diet, will fix your nervous. If you're suffering from nerve damage or stenosis or something, eat a lot of meat and you'll come out of it. It took me all summer. All summer, I ate just meat and mostly raw stuff, like raw fish. I ate a lot of raw meat, a bunch of stuff. And I pretty much came out of it. All right, for most of the year. Then I started hitting the gym back, and I think it was in November now. I started hitting the gym in November. Right away, I started moving for just solely eccentric exercise, overload exercises. And bam, my body just came back bigger and stronger faster now. So I'm so much better. I couldn't wing the nerve damage. I just couldn't wing it. So I had to take the time out, man, to fix that first. Eating meat, because it's a known fact in science, meat will cure these problems. So yeah, and I'm telling you right now, it cured my problem, but whatever. The point is, I function so much better. That's the thing. So I keep eating meat. I keep eating like a lot of raw animal products and animal products in general. And I do a lot of eccentric work, which is making me so much better. Yeah.
Learned over time, your heavy work has to be spaced out, and you can't do tons and tons of it. Okay, heavy being relative, and I'm saying, look, your 6 rep sets are not that heavy, even if they are 500 pounds. Okay, so what I mean by heavy is the really low reps, stuff that's going to be slow or grindy. Again, like that 500 squat, that was pretty close to a max on that 500 box. And again, a box squat is harder than a back squat, and that's on a 12-inch box. So with a lot of that, I tell guys, don't do your big lifts more than once.
Blaha doesn't do full eccentric work. He lifts heavy, but he's lifting these weights semi-heavy, but he doesn't do any eccentric work. Look at him. So this isn't real bodybuilding. This is powerlifting. This is based on performance. And I know the majority of people in the gym do not do full eccentric work. They just pretend. They don't do it because it's dangerous. They're scared. It's not something they're thinking about. It's in the back of their brain. It's telling them. It's protecting them. Eccentric is dangerous. You could get fucking injured because you got a weak body. because you never built up to it. You never built up to it to get muscular adaptations to protect you from the eccentric exercise from getting injured. Get it? So yeah. So you people are all just pumping in the gym concentrically.
Week, okay? Don't do them more than once a week. I don't even train most body parts more than once a week these days. And I know for a long time you saw the evidence-based circle.
Yeah, but he trains every day, so he's still training those body parts every day. Let me explain to you. If you're bench press, he says, I only train these body parts once a week. If you bench press, right, if he just bench presses, right, let's say, well, then you're working your back and your arms. Your forearms, your arms, your back, your chest is all being worked. Okay. Then he comes in tomorrow and he does his what? His shoulders? Well, if you're doing your shoulders, your chest, your back, and your arms are still being worked again. See what I mean? Then he comes in and he does his back. Okay, the next day. Well, guess what? You're doing your back. Well, your arms, your shoulders, your chest, and your back is getting overworked again. Get it? See what I mean? So you're actually just aging yourself. You're overworking yourself. Yeah, you're wearing yourself out. That's what you're doing. Yeah, and then you come in and then you do your arm work, right? Your arms or your forearm, whatever, arm, forearms. Okay, you're still moving weights around, so your shoulders are involved. So is your chest muscles and your back muscles. Yeah, so you just are overworking your muscles. They're adapted. There's nothing going on there. They're aging.
Say, oh, no, we need higher frequency. But, the data hasn't fully supported that. And we know for
The data supports that eccentric exercise is superior to concentric in every way, every way.
decades, plenty of guys got amazing results doing muscle groups once a week.
What were the results that they got? They got better at lifting. They got the nervous system to lift a heavy weight. See what I mean? That's all they did was get the nervous system to lift something heavy. Is that it? Oh, and they pumped up their muscles with glycogen. Okay.
Okay, they did body part splits and they did just fine. They did just fine. In fact, we see a lot of long timers. When you start looking at the guys who are 40, 50 plus years old, still moving big weights, how many?
That's like Arnold. I pump up my muscles. When I want a little extra big muscle in the shoulder, I just go there and I pump it up, and then the shoulder comes out. Yeah, he pumps them up, and then they come out with glycogen.
Do you see who still follow that sort of split, whether it's from a bodybuilding perspective? Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger even said he looked like shit as he got older. Want to know why? Because I don't know what he was doing, but he has no muscle because he never built any muscle. That's why he looks like crap. Then he went back on the TRT again or some shit, growth hormone TRT.
Or even say a powerlifting perspective. Right, a powerlifting perspective. We see plenty of guys who follow a squat, bench, deadlift day, right? Plenty of guys who do that. In fact, there may come a point where I cut down to doing just 3 days a week. I do 6 at the moment.
I mean, I'm 57. How come I don't look 87 like Blaha here, and loss of hair, bald head, and all that? He's got his body looks really old too. My body doesn't look old like that. It looks young. My face doesn't look old like his, and I don't have loss of hair, dude. And I'm 10 years older than him. If I walk with him down the street, they'll think he's my dad. Yeah, I'm not joking. There was a guy. I was at this place, and this guy was sitting down inside, and he was drinking. He had this Mickey bottle, and he was looking over at me. I don't know. He said something to me because my hair was long. I just cut my hair. My hair is long, and he said shit to me like something about being sexy and stuff, looking sexy. And I just looked over at him. I said, "How old are you?" I go, "I'm 57. How old are you?" And he goes, "Holy shit." He goes, "He's 56." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I go, "You look like my dad." I go like that. I go, "You look so old, man." I go, "You look like my dad." I laughed at him. Yeah, it was funny.
Usually a week point day. So I have a 5-day split. Starting with the heavy big 3 on 3 of the days. I do a heavy overhead press on one of them. weighted pull-ups on the other to start.
He does a heavy overpress. I haven't seen that, but whatever. Who cares?
So on that body part split, and that's what we do.
Who cares? There's no benefits here. This is like a person in a job making minimum wage and never going anywhere with their minimum wage, never advancing.
Okay? We don't do tons and tons of the heavy work. It's usually no more than 3 to 4 sets tops, and I mean at the absolute most. Say on a squat, a deadlift, benching, I don't do more than 3 sets. Okay.
And then they're hoping for a raise with when inflation comes around. They're hoping for a raise. Like all these gym lifting slaves in the gym, they're lifting, and then they're like, oh yeah, it'll take 10 or 20 years to gain a little bit of muscle. Yeah, when that raise comes in, right, to adjust for inflation. Eventually, maybe we'll build a muscle doing a concentric exercise. Not. This is so funny, man. Maybe we'll build a muscle eventually if we keep hacking at the concentric, even though concentric is not associated with that, but whatever, man.
Right? So that was a 3rd set right there. If you saw that one, that was like a 3x3. So that set there would have been the last one. I'm getting to my limits. It's getting hard. I'll do more than 3 sets of bench.
I know. Blaha has muscle memory. That's it.
Yeah, that's it for the week. After that, I'm going to go do incline work. I'm going to do dumbbells. I'm going to do pullovers. Okay, so that's the other end of the equation.
You are Blaha? Wow, okay.
Stepping back and saying, look, 2, 3, at most, maybe 4 sets of a big lift. But that if you're going to do the 4 sets, it's usually back down work. Okay. Like I'll drop down, that would be, 500-pound sets on a deadlift. Drop down to like 410, 415 on a box squat. Okay, that's usually what we're doing. So in those cases, it's only one heavy set. Benching or something else, it might be a 3x3. Might be 3 sets of 3.
What's the benefits of lifting heavy if you have to take steroids to lift that weight in your garage?
And I like that modality.
Blaha has imprisoned himself in this little prison called garage. Texas is a nice place, though. Nice weather out there, at least, right? Gotta say for sure.
Come in and do that. You do your 3 sets, and then after that, we go to bodybuilding work. Okay? Everything else is bodybuilding, and we want good form on most of it. We want decent ranges of motion. We want to come in and just get it done. So, an example, so you'll see some of my bodybuilding stuff, later in here, like just worked in. So, yeah, after you do the heavy benching, we come in and do some dumbbell work. But notice it's all finesse, right? So right here, like you'll see me doing some...
It's all finesse? Okay.
Some incline dumbbell presses. But notice what I do with them. This is not a super heavy...
He does some incline dumbbell presses. Well, this is not super heavy. Super heavy. Okay.
Wait, guys. I think those are 85s. Only 85-pound dumbbells.
Are they?
Right? What do we do?
Those are 85-pound dumbbells? I think they're more like 60 pounds, but okay.
Coming down, get a little pause at the bottom. Okay? Finesse work. Controlled. No cheating. Just focus on building muscle. And that is honestly...
I love this one. Let's focus on... No cheating. Let's focus on building muscle. But concentric doesn't build muscle. He doesn't do any eccentric work to build muscle.
Key to the long game with this. We can do heavy work, and I agree. I think heavy work carries over to your muscle gains. I believe that.
Yeah, heavy eccentric work does carry over to gains. Yes, I believe that. Yes, because science corroborates that.
I think it gives you higher quality musculature, gives you all that bone density, but it needs...
No. You get bone density in eccentric exercise. That's where really bone density comes from, a lot of it. Once you're adapted to these weights, you lifting these weights concentrically, you're not really getting bone density there. I'm not joking, man.
It comprise a fairly small amount of your training. So again, I can come in and do some heavy pause bench, a few sets with 315. But after that, like we're going to come do this other stuff, right? So it's going to be like dumbbell presses, pullovers. So there, I'm using 90 pounds there, right? A pair of 45s. Do some pullovers for your chest and triceps. Then do some tricep extensions and other stuff. We don't need to just come in and just beat our joints with the big heavy movements. But the other thing I want to note, as far as that goes, notice the heavy movements. What do they look like? I might use a little body English on some stuff, like some heavy barbell rows and, whatever we're doing. Okay, fine. But on the big 3, we don't do that. You notice When I do the big three, that box squat, we come to a pause, we drive it up.
The big three, box squat, yes. Drive it up.
The deadlifts, they're clean, there's no hitching, right? We just pull.
Again,
The bench,
bodybuilding is not based on performance or endurance, and it's not endurance coming in every day to the gym, lifting. And that's number one, it's not based on endurance. Number two, it's not based on performance, performing slave. It's not any of these things, but Blaha thinks that bodybuilding has something to do with powerlifting. That's not.
we say tight, it's all paused work, butt stays on the bench.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just real strict. Like we're moving big weights, but we're not ego lifting with it, right? We're not cheating.
He's so adapted to these things. Here's the thing with that pull up. You don't really have to go that far up. Like what he's doing here. Nothing against what he's doing here. This is not a big deal. But he's so adapted to this exercise. There's no more adaptations. There's no adaptations here at all.
And then we just come in and build lots and lots of muscle. Come and build muscle.
Because we know that down force is the eccentric. I like how he says, just come in and build lots and lots of muscle. Guys, just come in and build lots and lots and lots of muscle. So just lifting weights just doing what he's doing, these exercises, will build you lots and lots and lots of muscles like Blaha. You're going to get massively huge and big like Blaha, building lots and lots and lots of muscles in the garage.
You see me here, I'm doing pull-ups, some dumbbell rows, some barbell curls.
Right, assuming you're doing pull-ups, barbell rows, dumbbell rows, get it, right guys? Come on.
And I know a lot of people don't like the way I do pull-ups, and that's fine, nobody cares.
Oh, no. Your pull-ups are pretty good. You're still getting the eccentric there. This is not a big deal. As long as work is being done. You don't have to go that far up.
I have big lats. They work great for me. I get a mind-muscle connection.
Yes, you have huge lats because you obviously have a mind-muscle connection. Yes, Blaha, yes.
Okay? Dumbbell rows, right?
Yep.
Come in, just do some nice full range of motion, clean dumbbell rows. Just build your back.
Yeah, just do some nice clean dumbbell rows like Blaha, and your lats will be huge like Blaha's. Massive, bro, and wide like a mother. Beep.
Right? That's what I'm doing there. Grabbing that 135,
Right
so
on.
it's not an insane amount of weight.
See, it's not an insane amount of weight. He says it's 135 he's rowing there. It's not an insane amount of weight, but he's rowing 135. Yeah, you're going to get huge lats from doing that.
For my back size. You just come and get some real high quality reps. And they don't have to be low reps. I like a lot of 6 to 8 rep stuff. But I do like 10 to
Yeah, me too.
12s too. And you can do 20s on some exercises.
Sure.
Bands, reverse hypers.
Yeah.
So come in and do some of that too. So
Yeah, do some rubber bands and these hypers and shit. Yeah, look at this. You could do these little 10-pound weights for your arms.
we can do our heavy 1 to 3s real strict, but then come in and do some 6 to 8, 6
See, look at this. All this beautiful concentric work you're doing. It's beautiful.
to 10 rep stuff for bodybuilding. Right? Get in, do some nice strict.
That's right. Look how big Blaha's body has become lifting these heavy weights in the gym. I mean, the garage. Look how massive he is. Massive, bro. You know that? He can do a bodybuilding show and blow everybody away because look at this. What a coach, man. Look at those shoulders. They're like the size of my head. His chest, he's got melons. His chests are bigger than some women that I know. My God, those lats are just poking out, aren't they? They're just massive because body does the talking.
Curling. And then if you need to, do some prehab work. Prehab work is great. I like band work. I like bands for my biceps, sometimes my triceps.
Prehab work to wear out your joints with rubber bands. Okay, yeah, sure.
Do reverse hyperextensions for your low back, some really high rep, leg extensions for quads. Give blood flow to everything, right? Keep your...
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, you can use rubber bands for some eccentric work. You know that? You can't use it for some eccentric work. I mean, maybe, no, I don't know. Man, you have to use really a lot of rubber bands then. I don't know. It's kind of complicated.
Tendons healthy, get blood flow. This is the name of the game. In addition to eating a good diet. When you get older, junk food doesn't work the same. Okay, you have whole flexible dieting thing. When you're over 40, it will come back to bite you. Eat clean, get lots of protein, make sure you get your...
It'll come back to bite you. You look like Blaha. Just disintegrating himself here. Destroyed eating those weird foods.
Vegetables. Eat a nice, healthy, clean diet.
Yeah, that's all you want to do is eat vegetables, which are anti-nutrient. It does the opposite. We try to accomplish lifting here in the gym. Okay.
Plenty of protein, plenty of antioxidants. Okay, that's the name of the game.
Plenty of protein, plenty of antioxidants. Yeah, meat has antioxidants. You can use those, but not plants. They're for plants.
As you get older. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today.
Thank God that's all he had to say, man. I was getting tired of listening to him.
Yeah, I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.
Woo. He looks funny, man. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one, friends. Tell what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. See you in the next video, friends.